Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, I'm Junur Hayati. My student number is 12350301994. I'm from class 3E, English Literature Department, Faculty of Adab and Humanities, UIN Sunan Gunung Jati Bandung. This video was made to fulfill the translation course assignment. The lecturers of this course is Mr. Andang Saehu and Mrs. Faurus Abqariyah. This assignment is about translating a text using various translation technique and method. And here I also explain the method chosen and the reason behind the selection the method. However, before I explain how to translating a text, I will first explain about definition of translation and mention the method that can be used in the translation process. According to Larson, translation is process of transferring the meaning of the source language into the receptor language, which is done by going from the form of the first language to the form of the second language by way of semantic structure. Furthermore, the transferred meaning must be held constant. Newmark argues that the translation is rendering the meaning of a text into another language in the way that the author intended the text. And then, in short, translation can be defined as the process of transferring meaning of a text and the original author's intention in a source language into target language while keeping its constancy at all times. And then Peter Newmark mentioned the following translation method. There are 8 of methods. First is word-for-word translation, and then literal translation, and then faithful translation, and then semantic translation, and then adaptation translation, free translation, idiomatic translation, and then the last is communicative translation. Okay, let's see the text. I got this text from the novel. The title is Animal Farm on page 50. Animal Farm by George Orwell is an allegory about the dangers of power and corruption. The animals of Manor Farm revolt against their cruel owner, Mr. Jones, to create a society where all animal is equal. Led by the pigs, Napoleon and Snowball, the farm initially thrived. However, Napoleon seizes power, strips off Snowball, and becomes a dictator. Over time, the pig exploit the other animals, abandoning the ideals of equality. The story ends with the pig indistinguishable from the humans, reflecting how revolution can lead to the same operation they sought escape. Okay, for the first sentence is the animals were stuffified. The translation is para hewan tercengang. The method that I use in this sentence is literal translation because the structure of the source language and the target language is same. And also, this sentence is a simple sentence because just have one clause and then have one subject and one predicate. So this sentence is simple sentence. And then for the second sentence, this was a weakness far outdoing Snowball destruction of the windmill, but it was some minutes before they could fully take it in. The translation is, ini adalah kejahatan yang jauh melebihi penghancuran kincir angin oleh Snowball. Namun butuh beberapa menit untuk mereka bisa sepenuhnya memahami apa yang telah terjadi. For the sentence, I use the communicative translation because the method is suitable for this sentence. Because the main purpose of the text is to convey the emotion and moral impact of the event clearly to the reader. Moreover, the source text emotional and descriptive style needs to be adopted to feel natural in the target language, allowing the reader to better understand the content and connect emotionally with the story. And then, for the sentence, I highlight one word, and that is take it in. Because take it in, not translation with a word for word, not take ambil itu in dalam, but take it in have one meaning, and the meaning is memahami. And then for this sentence, I also add a technique. The technique is addition, especially for the word take it in. So the translation of word take it in become memahami apa yang telah terjadi, because I was add a technique, and the technique is addition. And then the sentence is compound sentence, because in the sentence there is one of conjunction in compound sentence, and the conjunction is but. And then for the next sentence is, they all remembered or thought they remembered how they had seen Snowball charging ahead of them at the Battle of the Cowshed, how he had rallied and encouraged them at every turn, and how he had not paused for an instant even when the pellet for John's gun had wounded his back. And then the translation of this sentence is, mereka semua ingat, atau setidaknya mereka ingat bagaimana mereka melihat Snowball memimpin serangan di depan mereka saat pertempuran di kandang sapi. Bagaimana ia mengumpulkan semangat dan menyemangati mereka di setiap kesempatan, dan bagaimana ia tidak berhenti sejenak pun meskipun peluru dari senapan Jonas melukai punggungnya. And then for this sentence, I use semantic translation, because the sentence contains descriptive detail that depict an important event in the story. The meaning and emotional nuances of the text must be preserved so that the target language readers can deeply understand Snowball's role. And then additionally, structural adjustments are necessary to ensure the text feels natural in the target language without compromising the accuracy of its meaning. And then for this sentence, I also highlight some word, and then the first is charging ahead, and then rallied, and then his back. The reason why I highlight this word, because the meaning of the word is different than the real meaning of that word. So for example, charging ahead, it's not mengisi daya di depan, but I choose meaning memimpin serangan di depan because I want to match the meaning to the content of the text. And then also related, I choose the meaning mengumpulkan semangat, and then his back, I choose meaning punggungnya because the meaning that I choose is very match of the content in the text. Okay, and the sentence also is a complex sentence because the sentence have one of the conjunction in complex sentence, and the conjunction is how and when. And then for the last sentence is, at first it was a little difficult to see how Hess fitted in with his being on John's side. Even Boxer, who seldom asked questions, was puzzled. He lay down, tucked his forehead beneath him, shut his eyes, and with a hard effort managed to formulate his thoughts. The translation is, pada awalnya agak sulit memahami bagaimana hal ini sesuai dengan keberpihakannya pada Jonas. Bahkan Boxer, yang jarang sekali mengajukan pertanyaan, merasa bingung. Ia merebahkan diri, melipat kaki depannya di bawah tubuhnya, memejamkan mata, dan dengan berusaha keras merumuskan pikirannya. So for this sentence, I use also semantic translation because the sentence is full of descriptive detail that depict the character's Boxer reaction to a certain event. The meaning and emotional nuances of the text need to be preserved so that the target language reader can feel the same way as the reader of the source text. Additionally, the structure of the English sentence requires adjustment in Indonesian to keep it natural and easy to understand without losing the core meaning. And then conclusion. In translating text, the first step we must know is the target of the reader. I'm so sorry, I forgot to mention it at the beginning, but for this text, the target is teenagers to adults. In translating a text, we can use several methods as well as certain additional techniques. The translation method adjusts the text being translated and looks at the target of the reader. The suitability of the meaning of the translation result with the source text will make it easier for readers to understand the text without losing the nuances of the original text. And then I think this enough for me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.